Hey everybody, it's Jason Linse with the Business of Fitness at jasonlinse.com. Here with your Business of Fitness tip for today, and then your joke, observation, or anecdote for today. Business of Fitness tip first, Facebook. I'll remind you to do the Facebook and YouTube stuff that I'd love you to do. Business of Fitness tip. When will now be a good time? It was the title of a blog post I wrote not long ago. And what I was really the point I was trying to make in that blog post is, getting rejected is one thing. That we can all handle that. Well, we have to learn to. But when you just don't hear from somebody, when somebody doesn't follow up with you, you don't know. Think about when you're selling memberships. When I sold memberships, people that wouldn't follow up with me, or I'd follow up with them and I wouldn't hear from them, and they say maybe I'll let you know, I'll think about it, etc. And you wouldn't hear from them. And I thought about in my life as a consultant how once in a while somebody falls on the face of the earth. I'm like, hey, are you interested in my services? And even though most people are, sometimes I don't get that response, and it gets frustrating. And so I've made a point in my life, because of all that stuff, to always be upfront. I think of a phone service I recently got for my business, and I was competing companies, and I called the other ones up and I said, no, here's why I'm not going with you. And other vendors and people that call me up, I always upfront and tell them the truth. And so I encourage you guys to do that as well. Your members don't do it to you, but it doesn't mean you shouldn't do that moving forward in other walks of life. So that's your Business of Fitness tip for today. We're going to change some lives. I'm going to go with an anecdote that's related to this. I'll never forget, and, maybe somebody that has sold thousands of memberships like me have that one or two that stick out. I'll never forget one guy that I called every week. He always answered his phone. He always said, I know I got to get in there, I got to get in there, I got to get in there. And I used to say things like, well, when is now a good time for you? I mean, you're putting off now, you keep putting it off. And every Friday, it got to be a joke. I said, I'm going to call you Friday. And I call him Friday. It was just our thing. And he was a traveling sales whatever, and he'd always answer, I'm going to come in. And finally, I'm not kidding, it took a year. He came in. And when he did come in and sign up for a membership, and I got him on an 18-month deal, and I come in, and I remember thinking, gosh, my job is to get this guy going and everything, but is he wasting his money? That guy was there every day or 4 or 5 days a week for as long as I was at that facility. So anyway, I just remember that. I thought that was pretty cool. That's your anecdote for today. Go change some lives.